Hey, it's Melissa here at Agrestic Acres, and I'm here to give you a 24-hour update on our first chicks. It's been just a smidge over 24 hours since we picked them up from the post office. You may notice that we have 17 in here. We started with 19, so we have lost 2 chicks, which is something I read about but wasn't really prepared for when it happened because I've never really dealt with that before. So the first chick we lost seemed fine when she got out of the box, but then within like an hour, she did not look good at all. She was just kind of laying, like almost laying like when they sleep, but her head was kind of lunged forward, and then she started laying on her side. It's a little bit hard to talk about, and I think it's important because I hadn't really heard too much about kind of what they look like and when they're not doing too well. I had heard, you might lose some, but I didn't really think about it too much. You didn't really think how that would happen. So I'm just kind of explaining it in case anyone's interested on our experiences of what happened. So anyhow, she was kind of laying on her side and she just looked like terrible. So I tried to give her water. She took some down, and then I actually watched a bunch of videos on what to do with a weak chick. And I tried to give her a little more water with an eyedropper, and she was just not looking good. Like she went from like fine to like not good at all in a very short amount of time. And then she was just kind of gone. So that was hard. And we had another one that, the first one that we lost was a Copper Moran. I believe it was a female. We had 3 Copper Morans. 2 were supposed to be female, 1 male. We got them all. I checked on all their bottoms, and I was kind of trying to figure out which was which. I know for sure it was a Copper Moran because she had feathered legs and she had the black coloring. I think it was a female. So I was kind of bummed because those were the ones I paid a little bit more for. And so I really, was kind of rooting for them a smidge more. But anyhow, the second one that we lost was a Partridge Rock, and she was the one that I pulled out of the box in the last video and said, ooh, this one doesn't look that good. So she hasn't looked good since yesterday. Last night, so we've been feeding her, watching her, kind of trying to do whatever we could to keep her healthy. We had the probiotics in the water, and I did scramble up a little bit of eggs for them. She would drink when we would bring her over to the water, but she was never really walking around on her own. She was never really active. Last night, she seemed like she might be getting a little better. She kind of, was walking around a smidge more, not nearly as fast as the other ones, but she seemed better. This morning, she seemed bad again, and then I went out to run a few errands. When I came back, she was definitely gone. So that was hard, but I'm hopeful now that we won't lose any more chicks. All the ones we have in here have been super active, no issues at all, so I'm just really hoping that we stick with these 17. And as you can see, they're just very happy. They're moving around. One funny thing that I wanted to mention for people that are getting chicks for the first time is you watch so many of these videos and you see all these chickens and you probably think like I did, how did people tell them apart? I did not understand how anyone could tell them apart. I mean, of course they have different colorings, but there's just so many of them. So the first hour that they were here, I just kind of looked at them all and, didn't really have any idea which was which. And then the more I started watching them, like, it so quickly became obvious the breeds, which was which, and, just their different personalities. Like, I can tell almost all of them apart, which was kind of fun. The gray one, who is one of my favorites, he is our blue Americana, and he's supposed to be a male. And he's one of our favorites because he's all gray. He's a little bit different, and we've already named him, which I know might be bad luck, but we were really excited. We've named him Colonel Sanders, which is perfect name. My husband picked the name. The one next to him is another one of our favorites, and that is a Easter egger. She has the puffy cheeks, the muffs on the side, and she's just so soft and fluffy. And I love her, though I'm a little nervous that she might be a male. I mean, obviously we haven't sexed chickens before, but we kind of peeked and we're trying to figure it out, and I don't know. We'll see. Well, hopefully she doesn't turn into a male because I've been calling her Ophelia, so we'll see. The kids have fallen in love with the chickens. Instantly, they are wanting to pick their own. They are naming them. They are just enthralled by them. They've been doing chores so they can come sit by the chickens and watch them, getting ready for school faster than ever so they can come sit and watch before school. So it's been really cool to see them take an interest. My youngest 2, the 3 and the 5-year-old, have already claimed their chicken. I told them they could each claim one as their chicken, even though we're kind of all sharing them. So they actually both picked the New Hampshire Red. We have, as you can see, we have 6 chickens that are light. One is the blue Americana, which is the gray one right in the middle right there. And then we had 3 buff Orpingtons and 2 New Hampshire Reds. So they both picked the New Hampshire Reds. And we've actually marked, you can kind of see the top of their head. There he goes. That is Clementine. We've marked the top of their heads with marker. Green for my son and pink for my daughter. And she's named hers Ruby, and Ruby's over there. So it's kind of fun for them to feel like they have their chick. Hopefully we have no more losses because the kids are pretty excited about it at this point. But they're just fun to watch. We spent so much time just sitting here, talking, watching them play and interact. And it's just really kind of a cool experience for the kids. You can see we have some eating and drinking over here. They have been making a mess with this food. I didn't really anticipate how much of I did not dump that food out. That's all that food on the bottom there. That was all the chickie babies that have been dumping that food out. We have some sleeping over there. Not much else for the first 24 hours. The cool thing was trying to identify the different birds, because I had some that were so similar. I had, I think, 8 black ones that looked very similar. But after reading online, I learned that the Copper Morans had the feathered legs, so then I could tell which ones were those. And then I learned which ones were the Golden Lace Wyandottes, because they kind of have a spotted pattern. That one over there is the Golden Lace Wyandotte. And the Easter eggers were easier to identify. 2 of them are brown, but they all have the muffs on their side, which is adorable, by the way. Adorable. And we already really like those ones. They're fluffy and they're friendly, and we can tell already that they're just why they're such a popular breed. The Leghorn is already more flighty than the other ones, and it's really interesting just to watch how the personalities are kind of already taking shape a little bit. Oh my goodness, the dog's barking. Well, that's it for now. Just a quick video. We'll be back soon. I think for fun, we're going to weigh 2 different ones and kind of keep track of their weights. Just for fun, my son has really been getting into this. He's thinking of doing a science fair project, like for the next year and a half or so, about breeding different chickens for eggs, color, and trying to get olive eggers and all that. So he's been really into it, which is great. It's great that kids have a different pastime besides, you know, trying to play on their devices or watch TV or something. So, oh my gosh, they're hungry. All right, well, thanks for watching, and we'll be back soon with more videos. You can follow the progress. And if you like our channel so far, we're still kind of learning, obviously, then subscribe and check back with us. Thanks so much.